Let's go, guys. Welcome for a Play and Explain in NL30. I think about other players always making some Play and Explain in NL200 and NL100. Let's go a bit down in the limits because, yeah, wow. We'll see some crazy stuff. Don't shove. We cannot call, unfortunately. So, yeah, because there are some players at those limits, and I've been one of them, and sometimes you're stuck in there because there is not many Play and Explain about this. You don't want to get coaching because your bankroll is still not big. So let's help a little bit those grinders because they love the game like us. Let's get in 4 tables maybe. So same as the other limits, I'm gonna play to win. I'm not going to play against rakes to get because I'm better than them. The goal is not this when you're grinding those limits, so I'm going to behave like a grinder of NL30 with obviously better skills, I hope. A7 off, it's a call here obviously, so we squeezed the recreational and we're happy to go broke with an ace. So we'll be speaking about the skill that you need to go through these limits, what you should work on, and what you shouldn't do also. And I'm thinking, you'll tell me after in the comments maybe, I'm thinking about making a series about Play and Explain about all the limits like NL2, NL4 until NL1K maybe, and or even NL2K, but it's going to be difficult to get some action. And with you know, what are the skills that you need in each limit to go to the next one. Let's say NL2 is focusing to learn how to fold your pre-flop and value betting big when you have a big hand, like some easy stuff. And then the more you go up, the more you bring some weapons to your game, and it will be nice to do that. Open, I'm going to 3-bet 10-5 suited, is on the ranges. You can 3-bet, you can fold, you can call here. So I think it's a recreational, so he c-bet, I'm just going to check, and I could go crazy. Should I go crazy? It's no, I'm going to play solid because I want people in NL30 to play solid. If there is very obvious spots, we will take it. They give us again a spot a bit obvious, but we're not gonna take it. So in NL30 what you want is to play solid. That's why I didn't go crazy. Play solid against regs, but you should already know how to value bet the recursional quite heavily. So here we isolate blind against blind. First tips, isolate 100%. It's important because they're going to open their good hands. We see a donk, so it's a recursional. So they're going to open their good hands, and so when you isolate, you're against a weaker part of the range, and plus in all the spots you're going to take some advantage of the recreational because you're in position with the aggression. Here we check because we don't have 3 barrels of value. We prefer him to bluff. We don't need protection, so we're happy to call and call the river even on this river. He check, it can be a jack. A jack is never going to fold, so here is the optimization that you need in NL 30. You would bet 11, but he's going to call 14, a jack, so we go 14. Here we get raise, He has an ace, it can happen as well. He raise, it's a rag, we're going to call the top pair. Obviously, we hit 2 pairs. Let's see, I have no idea how the regs play, honestly. I have some assumptions, but I don't know, let's say, if they're going to bluff heavily turn river on this one. So let's see, I'm going to call. And the 3 is not the best. Probably going to fall on the river. Because I expect them to give up on this river. My assumption was good. Ace 8 off, we're gonna fold. I'm struggling to speak. I think we're good here. 2-3 max, but it's not going to be a 3 max soon. Here, in L30, I would see people just calling. No, you want to 3-bet. He opened 2 big blind, probably a weak hand. You want to build a pot. A6 suited is way above his range of opening small blind, 2x. So we want to 3-bet for value here. And in position, nothing will happen to you against a recursion. You're going to c-bet 1/3. He's going to call, and you'll get all your equity tons of the time. And this, in the long run, is perfect for you. It's what you want, literally. 3-bet. We're going to mark the people as regs. This is important. Also very important in L30, choose your games. See here, I have a 3 max in position with the reg, with the recreational. Here the same. Here I have FCMS, that is a recreational, but it's not the best. I probably can find a better table than this. 7-2 off. I'm going to isolate. It would be a bit. We could check honestly, but I know the flops on Winamax. It's rigged, so that's why I isolate. No, we could check it because he has only 40 big blind, but even 40 big blind, I think it's a good isolate. 30 big blind, I wouldn't isolate the worst part of my range anymore. Here, we're going to mark them for a moment. And see, 7 deuce off, we won. Obviously, we had 2 pairs, but what I'm telling you is isolate, c-bet works perfect against a recreational, and we would in any we could have 8-3 off, and it would have worked the same way. 9-10 suited, we're gonna 3-bet. We're going to be very careful against 4-bet for the moment. I expect them to not 4-bet enough, so we'll be a bit more careful. Here, I'm going to c-bet heavily on the 3-bet pots. I don't expect me to be punished, so I'm just going to c-bet 1/3, realize my equity, and just play simple. It works. Don't start to think that you're not crushing the NL30 because your strategy in 3-bet pot is just c-betting 1/3 and you feel like, no, they exploit me. No, they don't. No one is exploiting anyone in NL30, so don't worry. Betting big here, 10-4 suited. We already in NL30 want to extend our preflop ranges in the most obvious spots. Button, recursion on the big blind. Okay, I open a bit wider. Ace deuce suited, I'm not going to 3-bet it. 7-3 suited, I'm not going to defend, and I'm going to leave this table because only regs there. Here, good spot to check raise. Good spot to check raise in bluff as well. Here we're going to go half pot and planning already to 3-barrel a lot. Why? It will depend on the run out, obviously, but it's a good flop. When you see a flop like this, it's a good flop to 3-barrel because there is tons of call, fold. Queen 10 is the opening. There is a recursion on the small blind, so I'm going to open a bit wider here. Going to bet big. I see bet. He called. I'm going to 2nd barrel all the time here, half pot. Why? Because there is tons of flows that are going to fold. King, queen, queen 10, king 9, stuff like that. I always run good on those stuff. And he folds. That's what we were targeting. And here we're going to check, win against some king 10, jack 10, and we already think what are the bluff in his range. Only flush draws. I don't see many, honestly. So here he shoves. So here we can have some nines that check. I don't expect him to bluff. Never with this size. He wants to target some airs that check if he has an air himself. So fold. Even with a 9 is tricky. I would call a 9, but he can have jack 9 off a lot. And I don't expect... Maybe a 9 is a fold here in LL30. I'm not sure what I'm saying here. But I don't expect them to shove a 9. I would be curious here what he has. If you are in the comments, if you watch this video, please tell me. And now it's my time to punish you with my aces. He bet half pot, ace 10 off. I expect them to bet too much the top pairs. I'm going to call because it's a call, 4 bet. 25 big blinds. We can call. I'm going to call and play some post flop over bet. Nice. Interesting. They got their over bet. Let's see what he tells me. He bet 1/3. So with my assumptions, I would be a bit scared, honestly. So I would probably have shoved the aces because I expect him to 4-bet. Not enough. Oh, we didn't leave the table. Now we have a recursional. Perfect. I didn't do it on purpose. Don't kill me, please. Turn is an ace. Interesting. He's going to check. And now it's interesting. Now it's very interesting. Because when I shove, I don't expect him to I don't expect him to call kings, queens. And I don't expect him to value. In higher stakes, I would... Yeah, he called kings. Yeah, so in higher stakes, I would probably... I would check. So interesting. What we'll see after. Nines, I didn't see bet. I could have see bet, but I was too focused on the other one. He bets one blind. We call. We have to be good. 1 out of 6 times. So we call and see what he has. What I was saying is, yeah, I would have checked higher because I expect them to value kings, but I don't expect him to have this kill and play quite like a bit more simple, I would say. And I don't expect them to have the skill to fold kings. They fall a bit in love of their hand, even if I have objectively no bluff here. Like, very difficult to find a bluff, even in higher stakes. Like, what bluff do I have when... So here it's mandatory fold from his part. I'm not going to value queens like that, never, because he has kings, and he can have an ace that check the turn, a low ace. So what are my bluffs? Pocket tens? Anyone bluffing pocket tens like this? Tell me. I don't think so. So here he has to fold kings. Well, he will fold kings maybe later on his journey on poker. We're going to leave his table. He's grinding. We're not going to take his lobby. And we're going to leave. And you can see that there is fair amount of rags. You have to choose your games. You have to move. Here it's not a good table. I'm out of position. Oh, interesting. With the rake, I'm not going to open. You want to open a bit tighter because the rake is killing you at those stakes. Here, interesting. I said interesting because he isolates 6.5. I expect it to be quite strong, but let's see. Higher, it's not that strong because they want to isolate with tons of hands that don't want to be 3-betted, like queen 10 off, king 10 off. He's still called though. He tanked call. I expect it to be some pocket pairs and not any king, honestly. King queen, I think he would have called way faster. I'm not going to make some flat with those hands because the rake is killing me. I don't want you to do those kind of stuff if you're playing those stakes. And here I'm going to second barrel all the time, and even maybe 3 barrel. Oh, interesting, there is some heads up in L30. Oh wow, what the fuck, I didn't know. Let me find another table. Well, we have this one, but we are out of position, which is not good. We're going to leave this table, and we're going to put some tables here to be fast to get some action. Nice. Another table. I think the table is dead. He don't 1/3. I'm going to call first. Also, in NL30, take notes. You see tons of plays that are not conventional, so take notes. Let's see with what he did. The donk 1/3 on a monocolor board. For the moment we call, and let's see on the river. If he checks, we can go crazy. He bet 1/3. I want to go crazy, honestly. I don't expect him to bet any king or queen of clubs like this, never. So it's just a free spot. It's just a free spot where this one I would be happy for you to take it because it's very, very obvious. He donk 1/3, donk 1/4, and then donk 1/4 again. And so never king, never queen of clubs, maybe an 8 of clubs. And is he going to call the shove? Not sure. Good luck. And if he calls me, it's not the end of my session. It's not the end of my poker career. No, I'm not going to. He doesn't open much for the moment. Let's be disciplined. It's not the end of anything. He calls 7 of clubs. Perfect. I note it, and next time I'm going to value bet him so much. Don't worry. Your session didn't finish now. You're just learning. You want to learn. You want to experiment at those stakes, and you want to have fun too. I see bet 1/3. Turn is a 6. Not the best flops to 3 barrel. They have tons of ace. So we're just going to check and give up. If he checks back quickly, I would have bluff a lot with a big bet, but now double the ace. I don't expect him to fold a 10, don't expect him to fold a 4 unless I go very big, so I just give up. Donk big, donk half pot from a guy. Was he full stack? I don't know. Maybe it's a reg, so we're gonna be a bit careful. He checks. I'm going to bet big. Value 7-6, 5-6, 6-4, any 7 under mine. Quite inelastic. That's how you choose your sizing as well. So it's a reg. Going to leave again. And this is something that you should do. Don't underestimate it. Wait, I'm going to get a bit closer from you guys, because otherwise you don't. Oh, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. King Jack 8. Blind versus blind against a recreational. We can see bet, but pocket 9s. Yeah, I'm going to see bet. Check is also fine. Check, and here when you see that, automatically in my head is check call, check call. So many bluffs, even if we have pocket 9s. The 1/3 wants me to go crazy, but I'm going to call. Let's see the river. River 10 is not good to catch, honestly. And here he bet 1/3 again, and I'm going to shove. tons of straights comes. I expect him to fold honestly. If he has a jack that can play like this, if he has a low king, difficult for him to call. So just take the spot that comes to you very naturally. 1/3 is a recreational. He's telling us he doesn't want to play for stacks at all. He just want to value scene a little bit or bluff sometimes. So we put maximum pressure on him. You know, for me, I actually like to make those plain explained. First, it helps some people. Second, when I was I forgot to leave this table. When I was at those stakes, I was watching every plain explain I could. It's such a good way to improve, but you have to watch it in an active way. Like stop the video, see what you would have done, why, ask questions in the comments. I will answer it. Some people will answer it. You can have some debates with some people. It's a great way to speak about our passion and to improve. C-bet pocket nines. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see it. So we join the table. I C-bet pocket. I open. I C-bet. I'm gonna check here. Second barrel is a mistake. There is tons of folds in his range, and we expect him to bluff a lot on the river. So we're going to catch on any river possible. Yeah, here mandatory call. You'll think no. First, maybe he's not going to bet a 10 like this, so only a king, and see the amount of bluff that he has that float the flop. Queen 8, 5-3, 6-3, even an ace can bluff. So here mandatory call. He has a deuce. Well played. Here interesting double check. We're going to start attacking. Double check from him, so I don't expect him to have an ace, and this guy has not so many aces, and we take it. So at these limits, I would say bluffing the weak ranges for the moment. So that would be the bluffs I would allow you to do in NL30 if I should give advices. You don't need to have all the skills, all the weapons, and at NL30, obviously. I think I didn't play, yeah. Here, he donk bets. And we raise, he calls. Here, very inelastic. Jack 10, Jack 9, Jack 8, 8-7. So we want to charge really big here. And we call. Sometimes he will have Queen Jack. Sometimes he will have Jack 10 or King Jack. You know, you can see tons of things. Jack 10, we were right, and we win this. If on the turn you bet 2/3, let's see the difference here. Okay, I'm going to play this hand, leave, and put the replayer. Up, up, up. Let's see. Open, we call, okay, because we have the recreational. He don't bet 1/3, we raise big. Tons of hands that are going to call very big size, you know, draws a 9, a 10, whatever. He calls turn 8. Looks, he has some straights now. 10-8 gets there, 9-8, no. Okay, but well. Jack 10, Jack 9, 8-7, Jack 8, Queen 8. So many hands. So here, let's say you go half pot, or you won't check. I don't think an 30 reg will check. Let's say he go half pot or 2/3. River king, river ace. You're gonna bet. Maybe he's going to fold. Jack 9, Jack 8. Oh no. When I go this big, you get some reshove from King Jack, 8 Jack, 9 Jack. I don't know, Jack 4 maybe, Jack 10. And we have a mandatory call. We don't care. We're going to lose everything against a Queen Jack anyways. So at least target his medium part of range with a big size. And he shoved Jack 10. It has a fair amount of equity, but we're ahead. We're very happy. Only 2 tables? Let me see. Okay, there is a free table, so I'm going to take it. And yeah, I'm doing this video also because some people ask for lower stakes. So just tell me what kind of stakes do you want. Tell me if you the series with all the limits with the different skills and going crescendo. I can't believe I said that with the English accent, but well. Yeah, if it would be good for you, if you would like to see it. NL2 with the skills, NL4, NL5, NL10, and until the high stakes. Not many tables in NL30 actually. Should I? Oh, there is NL30 and NL20. Oh, but no one in NL. Oh no, it's 1020. 7-6 suited, don't call. Only 50 big blinds. Rake is very high. I don't recommend. Oh yeah, there is an L22. Let's see, it's the same thing anyway. We get squid, we don't call. I assume the preflop ranges are oh my god, Chris. I assume the preflop ranges are quite known at this limit. NL20 isolated. We're going to 3-bet. And if this guy's 4-bets, we're not good. I can tell you we're not good. So I would consider the fold honestly if I got 4-betted here. Ace Jack Deuce, I'm going to c-bet. It's a good hand to c-bet. 1/3, very basic. Here I c-bet because check folding is very annoying. We have good backdoors in all the ways. Here going to overbet. I expect him to call an ace and fold the river. We're going to 3-barrel. And here I would go all in, but in L30 I don't think they're going to fold a low ace. And I wouldn't recommend, so I'm not going to make it. Ace 10. Here we see bet, turn ace, very bad card. Play simple, check, we lost this pot. Pocket deuce, we're going to call. And he checked quickly the turn. So he shows us some weakness. We have no bluff perceived, so I'm going to bluff. Target a jack that hit the river, target kings, queens, tens, even a low ace. Tens, we check back, we hope to win. I don't think we're winning. King, queen, fine. Here, strategy in the small blind against a recreational open range. 2x, the hands that are not in the range, in the opening range, and 3x or more, depends on the profile. with the good hands. And the good hands, I mean the hands that are in the range, Jack 4 suited. For example, I'm getting too much tails now, but this one is quite dead, I would say, so I'm going to leave this one. He's on the tank. Probably disconnected. There's actually so many tables. Ace Jack Deuce mono board, just reduce your sizing. I could explain why, but you don't need to understand it. You can go 1/3 also, it's a detail honestly at those limits. Ace Jack 5, Queen 8. I just gonna stick with the strategy 1/3 is perfectly fine at those limits again. Here going to second barrel, and here going to give up. Not a good turn. We have way better hands to second barrel. Queen 8 gonna be on the give up. You want to second barrel. Hands with equity don't complicate your game for the moment. King Queen is good. Here he bets 1/3, but it's a reg, so some stuff could happen. Like he could call you. You don't rep that much, so solid. 8/7 suited. It's closing in L30. It's probably a fold. It would surprise you, but we want to see some spots, and plus it's not if it's a clear fold, it's not a big mistake. 7/6 turning king. We're gonna bet he's going to fold air, and we realize our equity. I don't know if they can see me. 3-bet Queen 8 suited. I don't know if it's a rag wants to play heads up. I wouldn't recommend at all if you're playing heads up. He goes big, we're gonna call. Turn the 4 brings a flush. I'm gonna be very careful now. He checks. I expect him to second barrel when he has a heart, honestly. So I expect him to have bet the flop, and I expect him to second barrel too much his queen, king, queen, ace, queen. I expect him to have very few good hands, and river is the 3, and he bet 1/3, and it wraps an ace. It wraps an ace. Shoving is not good. I think it just has an ace. I'm gonna fold. We get a recreational. table later than. Let's put it there for a moment. I'm going 6. Usually it's 5. It's fine to go a bit bigger. Doesn't matter. You just take more value. As a rule, you go 4, but you know that in L30. But this is the kind of things that I would say in the videos in L2, in L5, in L10. Jack 5-3, and he bets really small again, and I'm going to float 1 over back the straight. Baron is going to be very honest, raise his big hands. Here I open a bit wider for the recreational, and I call why. It's just adaptation, because I saw he did that with nothing. You remember? On the spot. So I float a bit more. And we hit the 10. I think we are heads very often. And we want to charge his draw. I would go 9.8, charge any open-ended flush draw. Any 10 also is going to call. And he snap calls, so probably a draw. If he don't shove, we are in a trouble, honestly. And he goes small. Here we're going to check again. And he goes small, and it's very interesting, because what is he doing? I think, what does he has? Maybe a jack, small jack? Should I shove, just shove and make him call jack? But I think could fold, but no, I don't think he would fold in L30. We just go all in and make him call with a jack. Okay, we got very lucky. Here we see bet, here we go massive raise. I don't expect him to fold an ace on the turn ever. So this time he donked with 2 pairs. So we would be careful after. He called a flop. I'm going to check the turn. I 3-bet. I'm a bit lost, you know, it's difficult to speak. I think it's a recursional that call. And he bet 1/3. If it's this, he has very few jack that I beat, so I cannot raise. And he can have some king jack sometimes, but bet with this amount 9, 10, 10s, I'm gonna min raise. I'm going to min raise and get called by pocket 8s. Nice. So what was the spot? Here we 3-bet again. Yeah, he called. I see bet, and he bet small, and I min raise. I min raise. I don't go bigger because I identify that has few jack that I beat in his range, preflop range. So if I want to raise, I want to target some ends like that, pocket 8s, 9, 10, pocket 10s. Here we open, small line is out. Here we see bet. So you know, nothing crazy. Play solid, but against recreational. Adapt, see, change your strategy, change your sizing, optimize, and bluff the weak ranges. I would say that those are the skills, important skills. Obviously, they're more in distinguishing the range, how they interact and stuff. But if you get those things, try to play the most hands possible against recreational by your table select, by your position in game, by isolated the right amount, opening a bit wider, stuff like that. So I open a bit wider here. Here pocket 6. Probably we can fold in L30. Would it be a crime to fold? We fold. Here we isolated him. 4x, he fold. We go a bit bigger. We starts to piss him off a bit. And we get another table. I'm leaving this one, let's say. And here we go big already. He's not going to fold any pair. He has some open-ended. And we have a royal flush. Royal flush draw, is it like this we say? Let's go in a video, please. I pay everything. Okay. We just value a pair. He has a few two pairs. And we get raise. See, I'm not snap calling. I'm always thinking if there is another thing to do. Re-raising, he's not going to fold a 10, so there is nothing. Sometimes he can have a flush slow plate, so we just call. In heads up, going to open. I should go, by the way, quit the table, go on his left. That's what I would recommend. Pocket 6. Here, interesting. 7-5 suited. I check. I'm going to do it because we're just going to see more spots. And I want to show what you need to do. Here we get raise. I'm gonna fold. It's not a fold, but we have better thing to do. Pocket 6 I see bet, I think, and that's all. Here check. It's a well, it's too late to change seats. It's fine. Anyways, I have to leave a table because it's too much. 5 tables and commenting. Oh, that's perfect. I'm leaving this one. Too bad the 7-5 he prop bet. The idea, if you go back to 7-5 suited, it was 20 seconds ago, is to check because we have very few equity and we're not sad to fold when he props a turn, and we get extra info on his range. Why? Because on the turn he's going to bet, so he's going to give us his sizing. If it's a small sizing, we can bluff it, and if he checks, we're free to bluff a lot, even without equity, and we filter his good range of his range, so it's way better than c-betting and go multi-barrel in a crazy way where we don't even know what we're doing. Queen jack, we hit the jack, he don't bet, makes tons of sense. With some flushes, some straights, some two pairs, we're just going to fold. Oh yeah, we sit out. And I lost the table. Aces. Oh, I left 2 tables. Huh? Second barrel per board. It's okay to go to third. Here pocket 4s. You want to check. You want to check raise. You want to make the pot bigger. Now I'm missing 1 table. We get a bet, but it's from a reg, and he can have some straights. I'm going to call. And the 5 is really bad. Brings the flush. and he bets big. So what are the bluffs? Queen Jack, King Jack would be a squeeze a lot, so it's not in the range. Very few hands off to bluff on the flush. Many hands that can be there with two hearts. So I'm just going to fold my trips. It looks crazy, but 7-8 is there. Any flush is there. Any 10 with a heart. So I fold. Tell me in the comments if you hear what you had. I get bet. I'm going to call ace-8. I beat the bluffs. Jack 10, King 10, King Jack, and I have some equity. I'm in good equity. Ace-8. He's going to check back his bluffs, and he bluff ace-5 off. Okay. Oh wow, in 4 minutes there is Barcelona Newcastle, guys. I'm going to play just a bit more. It's already a good plain explain, I think. And I hope it could help some people at those stakes. If you have the dream of poker, just put some hours. Optimize your improvement. Find a group, very important. Find a group that you can speak about poker all the time. You want to improve together. You have fun together. And yeah, watch all the videos possible, free videos, and you'll be fine. Going to leave the tables. What? 3-bet shove. 100 big blinds. In those limits, you just have to wait and take the money. I mean, you don't want to wait and take the money because you want to improve, right? You want to go higher stakes. But what I'm saying by that is, don't think you don't have the good win rate because you don't know what to 3-barrel against a reg in a 3-bet pot. It's not this. It's not this. It's other things. You're not value betting while the recreationals. You're not bluffing the easy spots. It's not the spots against a reg. No, they're not taking a lot of money from you. You're not taking a lot of money from them. They have your level. You know, if you're there, you have más o menos your level. Got mini raise. I'm gonna call ace-high. It's a crazy dude. Let's see. Can stop on the turn. He didn't. Leaving this table, leaving everything. Check. I think it's a reg. I was about to say it's a professional. Not yet. Not yet, man. These bets, I don't expect them to be very bluffy. It's usually a pocket pair. I'm going to bluff to see if they're able to call. You know, trying some stuff. It's important. If you know they're betting these like pocket 3s, pocket 5s, pocket 6, and always folding against a raise, guys, it's perfect. You're gonna bluff a lot and take some hands. You know, I have the 8 of diamond. I block pocket 8s that could call with the diamond, so it's great. But otherwise, if they call here, you're gonna raise all the time a 9, and you're printing. So just try stuff. Don't blame you when you get called and you were bluffing, or when you bluff and you got called. All the stuff. Just have fun. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. It's the sentence in poker too. Hit check back. Some airs, some ace. Sometimes the recreational like to do that. Gonna bet small, target the ear, and there is very few air now. I'm gonna check and give up. Pocket jacks doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel great. Going to call, and let's see. Are we going to get this stack for the last hand? 1/3 going to call. I expect ace king to give up, so I call and see, and I'm going to fold all the time on the turn. He snap checked. Well, you know what he has. They're gonna be pretty straightforward at those limits. Bet 10%. Value betting ace king. Value betting tens. He folds. Okay. And you protect also your hand. And well, pretty good session. I don't know. Let me see. I played 340 hands. Oh wow, that's a lot. Well, for the last hand, we win. We just stack another recreational. And we won 200 blinds, so 60 euros. And this one I didn't even check. I think I won. So we shove, and he had 4 suited. Guys, they give you money at those stakes. That's the proof. See you next time. Tell me in the comments if you like. Sure, it's difficult for poker in YouTube. So yeah, it motivates me a lot when they ask me this. I did it because you asked, honestly. It gave me some motivation. And see you. Good luck on the tables. And let's see if Barcelona wins against Newcastle. Bye bye.